again. I'm going to explain the same technique we did in a sitting position, in a laying down position this time. The advantage of laying down is the backside that he's laying down on is now ventilated more. I mean by ventilated more, when he expires, you have to go as low as possible, and that way the backside, the backside of the thorax is, because of the pressure, it's possible to go a lot lower there. So if you feel mucus, if the patient or the therapist feels mucus on the backside, this is a good technique to use. Also, an advantage I find as a therapist is when we put pressure on, it's possible to push more, to use more pressure. And also to use the pressure in a correct dose. You can also see the movements a lot easier. You see, we advise the patients not to use the thorax when they inhale. When they exhale, of course, they may. And he's cough a bit. No. So it's actually, he has to breathe with his belly, with his abdomen. Because he uses his abdomen, he uses his diaphragm and his muscles of the abdomen, of course, stomach muscles. That way the pressure in the lungs is more divided. If he, for instance, only uses his thorax, the pressure, the negative pressure and the positive pressure used to let the air in and out, of course, is only in the top of the lungs. That way you can only move the mucus or more in the top half of the thorax. This way, by using an abdominal respiration, you have more pressure divided in the lungs, and normally you have a better effect. When I'm using my hands, I try to use as much, make my hands as big as possible so I can feel as much area as possible. Same way of technique. I let Ibrahim exhale. I just follow the movement. And when he inhales, he uses his abdomen, as you can see. And that's when I apply more pressure. And progressively we do this more and more and harder. But of course not too hard, because he still has to breathe, of course. When he's coughing, we have to pay attention that we don't lose the pressure, that we don't stop pushing. Because his reaction could be that he inhales very quickly and may result in the mucus going down a bit and the drainage, not working that moment, or the result would not be as effective. I might note that he is used to having help when he coughs. Not all patients require this, but the flutter device, you see, it gives the most resistance in a horizontal position. So when he's laying down, of course, it's a bit different. You have to get used to the way you change the pressure. It's possible to change the pressure if you put it less horizontal. There's less pressure, less resistance. And when he does it more horizontal, there's more resistance. It's for him more difficult to exhale. But that way he can change it so when he at the start of an expiration, he may use less pressure, and at the end of the expiration, because he has to blow more, there's more pressure, he will change it gradually, horizontally, and that way it gives more resistance and the glottis stays open.